Well, look who the law dragged in.
Yeah, you're real funny with that badly altered saying. It don't even make sense, 'cause if anything, the law let me out again.
Why do you always have to nitpick on every little fucking detail? Can't you just let a pony have her moment of wittiness?
Well, it's kinda hard to do that when there's no wittiness to be had.
Tushas! Next time you get the honor of the first word, you better make fucking use of it.
Otherwise, I won't hesitate to snatch it away from you.
Because usually you don't, or what? Need I remind you of that time when you just overshadowed my first liner with you dumb caveman language?
Oh, Pinky, are you really still butthurt about that? Come on, that's like 5 or something sketches ago. It's long irrelevant.
Speaking of irrelevant, would you mind stopping that dumb bickering for at least half a second? 'Cause if you somehow didn't care enough to notice, I've been away the last sketch. And I would like to tell you about my time in Dorjish prison.
Oh, smashing. There's nothing like some dumb summary of already past events to artificially increase runtime.
At least this time it's something we don't already know of. So that's a plus.
Who knows? Maybe the story will prove to be exciting. I wouldn't put my money on it.
Now, if I had to summarize my time in Dorjish into one word, then I'd say it was a mixed bag.
That's actually 3 words, you know.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Well, it certainly wasn't as fucked up as what my sis told me about her stay there. Starting with the fact that there wasn't only one fucking guard for the entire prison. And those were your typical meathead stallions who went to law enforcement when they didn't get a sports scholarship. The prison was actually really well organized this time around, and since I only had to stay there for 1 day, it was pretty alright. If you don't count the state that the cells were in. Spike did mention in his letter that he took to redecorating each cell in that prison, and from the looks of it, nothing was done up until now to undo his work. I honestly can't understand how any inmate would go laughing about this, 'cause I felt like crying out loud.
Well, I can't deny that I kind of understand why. A dragon's dick is certainly nothing a mayor is pleased to see.
But still, it can't really have been that bad, can it?
You'd be surprised, Dash. Spike only mentioned how he carved the outlines of his penis on the walls. What he didn't mention, however, was the fact that he didn't only do this one time for each cell. At least the one I was in, its walls were covered all around with those creepy carvings. It was so disgusting, and honestly also kind of creepy. They were all allowed to point at the cell door. You got the impression that they were following you. Like they were watching. Waiting. Lurking. Basically, I spent the entire time in that cell pressed up against the cell door, 'cause I didn't for the life of me want to turn my back on those things.
Numa Hoblung. Don't you think you're being a little overly dramatic here?
Of course I am, but when you're in that moment, when you're faced with their horde, it changes you. You can't think straight. Your only goal becomes solely surviving.
Yeah, no, I'm still not buying it.
It still were only carved penises on a wall. Come on, it wasn't that bad.
You know, you really have a way of spoiling something. I just wanted to make it all sound a little more exciting for the viewer's sake. Or would you have preferred me telling you about how I sat there for an entire day just staring at dicks on the wall until I could leave? That way it at least was somewhat entertaining.
Why did you even think it necessary to make it sound exciting?
Or to tell us about this at all if you had to lie about it to make it interesting.
Well, it can't be that my little sis had a more exciting and cool stay at Dorjish prison than I had. I'm the big sister, so I get to tell the cooler story.
And you thought telling us about how you were terrified of dicks would make a cooler story than what happened with Agent Classified.
I had to make do with what I was given, okay? And my fault if this Dumby plot didn't go anywhere else.
Well, I wouldn't quite say that. If anything, it did bring me back. That's some Teufel.
Spike? Holy shit. Didn't expect to ever see you again.
What's that, Ringo Dash? Didn't you get my letter where I told you about my release from Dorjish?
I mean, sure we did, but it just seems a little, well, sudden. You being back, I mean.
What do you mean sudden? Well, we received that scroll from you just about 8 sketches ago.
Yeah, so?
That's long enough, I reckon. Perhaps. But we're still kind of left wondering how you did get back to Ponyville so quickly.
Are you really? Applejack is also already back.
You know, that is a fair point.
Besides, I took to a quick way of traveling, so I could return home to my beloved queen as soon as possible. Therefore, I send myself by mail. Mail? How are we supposed to imagine that?
Well, I wrapped myself in a scroll and ignited it to send it on its way. That day I learned 2 very useful lessons. First, only my dragonfire sends letters, matches however don't. And second, paper burns really quickly and it leaves its marks even on dragon skin. Just look at this cool tough guy scar I got. Pretty neat, huh?
What, that there?
That's not a scar. That's just some flakes of ash.
What?
What else would it be? You're fireproof, remember?
Oh, man! Oh, well, at least that explains why it didn't hurt at all. Good thing I didn't jump to the conclusion that I had grown superpowers.
Anyway, I instead just send myself through regular pony mail in a cardboard box. I arrived freshly this morning in the mayor's office.
Hold on. The mayor's office?
Yeah, that's exactly what he just said. Why'd you repeat it so weirdly?
Didn't y'all also notice that whole commotion that was going on this morning in Ponyville? In the center of it was the mayor's office.
Oh, right! I remember, the town square was crowded with police. What was going on there?
Oh, that. Nothing to worry about. They just briefly mistook me and my package for a letter bomb. Probably because of the ash that was still on me. I must have smelled pretty suspiciously smoky. Of course, when everything got resolved, those bastards promptly wrote me a bill for that whole operation. As if it is my fault that they all sound the alarm at the slightest smell of anything weird. Well, luckily my drug money pool is still well filled, so I can just pay it off and be done with that.
Yeah, one thing about that. Why on earth in heaven do you even still have this money? The money you earned by selling drugs to little fillies and making them addicted.
Well, 'cause it's my money. I rightfully earned it through fair transaction. That's my constitutional right as an equestrian citizen.
Well, it seems anything can be a constitutional right nowadays.
Did you just take a jab at that abortion outrage? Fuck, man. You were doing so well, Robotis. But it seems you really can't go without it, can you?
If you're done with your tantrum, maybe allow me to give you an answer. Because you were the one who made this political, I was just remarking about his claim on illegal money.
All right, if you say so. Sorry then.
To be fair, though, it really wasn't a far-off suspicion.
True that. But enough time wasted. Because I came back for one reason and one reason alone. To finally be reunited with my glorious queen, without alignments or questionable villain plots getting in the way. Milady, I greet thee with the utmost of charm. It is nigh indescribable what feelings thine presence bestows upon me. I have been longing for this moment ever since I set my first step in freedom, as now I can finally tell you that which I hold deeply in my heart. My truest and earnest feelings, raw and sincere, passionate and honest. Nice teach, milady. Unca.
At least you stayed true to it.
But wait, there's more. I wrote a poem for you to even further express my love.
Du meine Fresse, womit hab ich das verdient? I mean, really? That's nice.
Ahem. Roses are red, and my scales are purple, as you can see. I've always been a nice guy. I treated you right and with respect. So won't you please honor my deeds, and go out with me? Love, Spike.
Oh, well, that is, well, it's certainly, rhymed.
Ha! Barely. And its measure was honestly appalling. I ain't even that well read and even I feel offended.
Still, it feels kind of weird that of all ponies, you were the one to make a remark about the poem's measure. Certainly something that lies within your character.
Oh, fuck off. We're long past caring about that.
No, I know this poem might have sparked some conflicting feelings within you, my queen.
No, actually, I am 100% certain on how I feel about it.
It is only a suggestion anyways. I don't mean to put any pressure on you. I mean it would be kind of appropriate, given how much I did for you, how nice I always was, and how respectful I always treated you. It would be your duty as an honorable lady to reward my knightly duties with bodily repayments. But like I said, I don't want to push you to anything. It was just a little idea. Continue my creepy
Well, it
nice
doesn't look
face
like
again.
I'll be getting rid of
How
him
about I
any
show you the
normal
pictures I took
way.
of you when you weren't looking?
Maybe
There were some
I
real
just
nice
need to
ones
give
of
him
all
what
of
he
my favorite
wants.
is right here. You can
To
almost
make
see
him
what's
realize
behind
that
the
there's
tail.
more to
Well,
love
it takes
than
a
just
little imagination.
pretentious
Thanks.
acts.
That always gets me
It's worth a
going.
shot. All right, Spike. I accept.
A what? Except what?
Your advances. You've proven to be so persistent and untiring in your worship. I honestly feel flattered. You sacrifice so much of your own self-worth to me, not to mention all your financial support. You must really love me.
Yes, I do. But what are you saying?
Spike, I would ask you to go on a date with me.
What? Holy bananas!
Huh? Oh, what happened? I just had this completely surreal dream about Rarity, where she seriously asked me to go on a date with her.
It wasn't a dream, Spike. I really did ask you. And what do you say?
What? That actually happened? No, that can't be.
But it is. After all the relentless harassment you threw my way, I finally admit defeat. Even though you're a degenerate nutcase, your feelings seem to be at least somewhere sincere. So I want to see what you have to offer.
Hold on a moment. That's not how this works.
Idiots.
Yeah, you can't just go breaking our chemistry. If anything, I'm the one asking you. A hottie like you isn't supposed to be the one asking. You're supposed to be saying no. And you will keep saying no until I have undoubtedly proven myself worthy of your love.
Who's to say that you didn't? Maybe that poem was just what it took.
Oh, please, that's pure pity speaking. The poem honestly was fucking awful. I just thought of it on the spot. And I don't want that to be the thing that makes you fall for me. That's fucking stupid.
But I thought you wanted this.
I'm a warrior, a predator. I live for the hunt, not the prey. And if it just presents itself to me, then what's the fucking point?
Ich weiß es nicht. Am I suddenly not good enough for you anymore?
No, that's not at all what I mean. I love you, I really do. But it feels wrong when you return my feelings. It's only right if I have to fight for you. There is nothing greater for me than the glory of an unwinnable battle.
What the fuck are you saying with all this? Am I hearing this correctly? You are seriously turning me away. Me!
I'm sorry. It pains me to say this, but yes. If you're not going to play by our rules, then there is no point to this game. I'm really sorry, my queen, but we are done.
Nine, you can't just do that! No pony just rejects me! Hey, where are you going?
I'm gonna be needing a new purpose in my life, now that my hunt for true love has finally come to such a bittersweet end. Let's see what Ponyville's job market has to offer.
What the fuck just happened?
Ho-ho, Rarity! Who'd have guessed it's this easy to get rid of an obsessed nice guy? Just confront them with what they wanted and let them realize they ain't cut out for a relationship. Nice move, gotta say.
Just shut your fucking mouth, cunt! Oh, and just a disclaimer to the viewers. Actually, don't do that when you're being harassed. In real life, it doesn't work like that. Is everything alright, Rarity? You seem really distraught that Spike left you, which honestly is kinda contradictory to everything that was established up until this point. You're not gonna do some dumb fucking reveal that deep down you actually liked him the whole time, are you?
Ugh, fudge. Then what's your fucking problem now?
It's the way he just spoke to me. How dare this pathetic little fucker! He seriously has the gall to dump me! To act oh high and mighty? This has got to be the most outrageous thing I have ever witnessed. One question. Since you're clearly very upset about this, I have to wonder. Did you actually want him to say yes to a date? What? No, of course not! I wanted exactly this to take him by surprise and make him back out.
Then make up your fucking mind. You got what you wanted. What is your deal?
It's just that he was my
You're what?
my biggest source of income. What if he now stops paying for my OnlyFans?
Don't you also have other subscribers?
Sure, but he was the only one desperate enough to buy my ultra premium subscription. That's 300 bits I'll now have less.
300? Holy shit, he better got some juicy fucking pics for that price.
Oh no, that support level was rewarded with something far greater. A personal message from me.
I never really understood this whole concept of Spike buying your OnlyFans and acting all nice guy-ish. I mean, he literally can go see you whenever he likes. And that is a thing that clearly separates him from every internet nice guy in existence. Actual real contact to a female.
What does any of that help me now? I made him move on from me. If he now really dares to make character progression, then I'm in for a harsh financial decline.
Well, I know this doesn't help anything, but you really should have thought of that beforehand.
Well, thanks for that unbelievably helpful advice.
Sure thing, anytime. Oh, hey, Twilight.
Hi friends. Did my eyes deceive me or did I really pass Spike on my way here? I had to make a double take and I'm still unsure.
Well, yeah, it is Spike. He's now officially back in Ponyville. Why'd y'all have to look twice?
Because he seems so different. So entirely changed, like he somehow made a huge development in his character or something. Ugh, please just don't mention it. Okay, whatever. We've got more important things to do anyways. I can feel the magical balance of Equestria dwindling as we speak. Chrysalis and Sunset Shimmer must have already begun with their plan. Oh, wait.
Chrysalis? Sunset Shimmer? Plan? What the hell did we miss?
No time to lose. We need to get going. I'll explain it on the way.
Well, alrighty then. Then let's go save Equestria or something.